Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 99. We've got fires, we've got pyjamas. I'm Marie.
I've not left the meeting, and I'm Dominique.
Yeah. Hello. It feels weird doing it at this time of night, doesn't it? But it's nice to...
in pyjamas, but you know, meeting.
Oh, I mean, I'm supposed to have the volume turned down. It's still going. Right, we're sorted. We're sorted. Professional as ever. Dear Lord. I mean, I can't even, I've gone on the wrong one, but anyway, I'll see what's popping up if anything comes on. There's what I'm looking for, live chat. Hello, everybody.
We're there, we're live, there are people there. I mean, it's definitely not cold enough for a fire, but...
Oh, it is. It's always time for a fire. There we go. Oh, Hawaii. Victoria.
Aloha.
Aloha.
I mean, it's not going to be fire weather there, Victoria, is it?
No, sorry. Right, well, did you have a good journey?
Yes, it took forever. It's the busiest it's been, but, you know, it's Friday, so...
Oh, no.
Hi,
Joanne. Hello. We'll just wait a little bit and see.
Yeah, it was fine, but it didn't rain until I got about 10 miles away, and then it rained unloading the car and whatnot, but it doesn't matter, I'm here. The fire's on. The mulled wine's out.
Nice mug. I'm on the whiskey, so anything could happen. Whiskey and ginger beer, anything could happen tonight.
I've had a hot chocolate with marshmallows and Baileys.
Ooh,
now on wine.
That's
I've
a bit
got
strong.
Whiskey, brandy, and port with me for the week.
Right.
So,
for anybody who hasn't joined before, or for all of those who do join us live, you can send us messages, join in with the conversation. I'd like to know if anybody else is in the pyjamas and drinking alcohol at this time of day and what you're drinking. That would be quite interesting.
or just sit and laugh at us.
Exactly.
There's quite a few looking at that, people that have managed to join us live later on. So
Sarah's asking where you are. I'm at home. I'm just in a different perspective, so you can get the fire in. That's all. Normally, I've got my swivel chair and I'm sat facing the other way. And where are you?
And I am just north of Scarborough, a place called Scooby, and it's like a mile and a half north of Scarborough. So it is.
And the place you're staying at is really nice because we went there. Was it my birthday?
Yes.
It was COVID year, wasn't it? We went my birthday, came back
before lockdown struck.
Yeah, it was the weekend before, wasn't it? Weekend before. That's gosh.
And we cottage like just over there. I was just going through the visitor book. This is my third time in this cottage. The first time was in 2017. I just love it. It's a home from home. I mean, it's enormous. I've just had the hottest bath that's longer than mine.
Oh,
and I've got
perfect. So, what more do you want? Lindsay, thank you for asking. My toe is much better. Dressing's all off. Hoping I can get on some shoes tomorrow with some padding. But yeah, everything's fine. So
excellent.
Fingers crossed. Lynn's in a PJs with a cup of tea. Lisa's no alcohol. It's just me and you.
Lisa put something in that hot chocolate.
Hello, Mum and Dad. Dominique's Mum and Dad.
They're going to Anglesey tomorrow. Ready to pack.
Nice.
So,
yes, that great pub down the road at Scooby Mills. Yes, I'm sure.
Yes, that's where we went for Sunday lunch, Marie.
Yes, I remember it. Just on the brow of the hill, wasn't it? Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's one of my things I have to do. I can walk from here. It's about 20 minutes to the Sea Life Centre, and then I walk all the way along North Bay into South Bay, have some chips and walk back again, and that's normally a day.
It's a nice walk, isn't it? I did that last time we were there. Hi Jill, you finally found us. Jill was messaging me asking me how to get on. You found us. You may regret finding us, but you found us.
Well done, Joanne. Yes.
Right.
Well, I mean, well, I would say it'll be dark everywhere. It won't be for Victoria in Hawaii, but those of us in the UK, it will be dark. It'll be not that dry.
It's been chucking it down here about quarter of an hour ago, absolutely poured down. So yeah. I'm pleased I got my pyjamas on anyway. Oh, we've got lager, sparkling rosé. Oh, and my tea. Oh, I thought you meant and your tea was spiced rum and coke all in one go.
Oh. Ooh.
Right, shall we get on? I take it you brought your knitting with you. How much did you pack in the car?
It's a bit warm. How much did I pack?
Can't see. Oh my God. You've taken all those projects. That's hilarious.
Oh, there's 2 jigsaws in there as well. But yeah,
is there any food or alcohol there? Is that just things to do?
That's just knitting and jigsaws. Then I've got 3 boxes of food and alcohol and a small suitcase for clothes. So yeah, the car was fairly full. And as always, you get a little. Can you see?
Oh, nice! Your little setup like that.
You get a box of Yorkshire tea bags.
Good. Oh, Yorkshire brat cake. Oh, nice.
I mean, this is coming home to you.
Oh, perfect. Coffee.
And slightly disappointingly, it's always been jam, and it's tomato chutney, and I don't like. You know, beggars
I'll
can't.
have that as well then. Share alike. I'll have that as well.
So you always get a nice little welcome package, and that's been waiting for me. So,
Kathy, I'm pleased that you're in your pyjamas and alcohol at 1:30 in the afternoon in America. That's perfect.
Well done.
Thank you again, Kathy.
Exactly, Marjorie. I don't want to be bored. We said this, didn't we? You've got to have a choice. You don't know what you're going to feel like doing, so you've got to have a choice.
Sue's got the grandchildren. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Emily.
Oh.
Right. Let's get started. What do you want to see?
Because I've really not got much to show this week. With me.
Well, I'm going to show you something that I haven't put on social media yet. I started this ages ago. Absolutely ages ago. I can't even remember when it was, but quite a while ago. And since Scooby's not here anymore, I thought I'd better get it finished. I mean, he's practically here still, isn't he? He's practically there. However, he's in a beefed up buff jumper. He's even got his, look, side profile, he's even got his wonky ear.
You couldn't see it from the other.
Can't see it. He's got his wonky ear, got his one sticking up. And he just looks like a bouncer in that jumper. It's cracked me up. So there is Scooby forevermore. Look at his tail.
His tail's the best bit. It's bad, but the tail is just brilliant.
This is a pattern from the Little Cotton Rabbits, and it's called A Dog in a Jumper, obviously, because it's a dog in a jumper. I mean, you can't, it's exactly what it says on the tin. So, I mean, he looks like all beefed up, doesn't he? It's hilarious. So there is Scooby, immortalised as a little...
Rather than that.
But he always was. His front, he was a muscular dog, bless him.
Yes.
So I'm pleased I've got him finished. So he shall sit on a little shelf somewhere in his little denim dungaree shorts and his beefed up jumper. I think I might make him a better jumper because he does look a little bit, his eyes gone a bit funny when I put his jumper on. Let's just sort him out, and his nose. But,
so how many designs did you get, or was there just one design for the jumper and shorts?
There's about 3 different jumpers you could have, the same shorts. But the dog, you basically decided which sort of face you wanted. Then you did different shaped heads. There was different ears. There was different tails. And of course, so Scooby had one like whiter leg than the other. So, I mean, you can't really tell with his shorts on. He had a white spot on his back, so I've replicated that. So yeah, I'm happy with him. Little Scoob. immortalised forever as a scary looking knitted animal.
Sue said Thomas loves the dog and it's his birthday on Sunday. I think the Holmes family have birthdays all year round.
Yes, I think so. Lisa, that's exactly what he looks like, hench Scooby. And when Scooby was younger, I mean, he was still quite solid, wasn't he? Not probably in his last years.
Solid.
But, oh my lord, in his early years, he was a hench dog. He was like this. You wouldn't have messed with him. But look,
his front legs were always completely straight, weren't they? You know.
I mean, there we go. So he's been immortalised as a little cotton rabbits, and I blame for starting to knit these. I'm blaming Marion, because Marion's done loads, hasn't she? And you did try and steal hers. So he's knitted, and this is from Marion's advice. I took it. The wool is Wensleydale Longwool Sheep Shop wool, and it's the aran thickness. Because I tried to knit one before, and it just didn't seem thick enough. So this is a bit, nice and woolly. So that's what the wool is. So it's the black and the undyed. And
it's really dense as well, isn't it?
Really dense. And then you do the clothing in 4-ply. So it was just what stash I had. I mean, the jumper's just hilarious. I mean, the jumper will probably go, but
it just looks fab. You were showing us, weren't you? It is like a what are the books that have got loads of tabs? So you kind of like pick your head, pick your body.
Yeah. Like you have a different head, you have a different neck and different arms and things. Yeah. I can't remember what they're called, but yes, honestly, if you go onto Little Cotton Rabbits on Instagram, it's hilarious because on one of her photos, she's got a bowl. Sounds a bit weird to say this, of dogs' heads that she's made, and they're all like laid in this bowl. It's hilarious. There's so many different options, but she's got some lovely animals and different things. But yeah, Marjorie, you're right. Sue needs to get cracking. She needs to knock a few of these out if it's people's birthdays, doesn't she?
I mean, Sunday, but all day tomorrow, Sue.
Can't take that. Mine was delayed because I couldn't find the stuffing.
Yes.
That was my excuse. But I do miss him. Normally, if you're not normally here on the podcast, on the live podcast, you normally hear him pootling about. He normally pokes his head in. Oh dear, never mind. I'll have to wait till I get a new pooch, whenever that may be. The new dog, if I ever get one, which I probably will do, it'll just find its way to me, I think. I'm not going looking.
But then he will want to knit a depiction of that one as well.
Absolutely. But I am a big believer in one will just turn up and I'll get a rescue one again. So
yeah.
What have you got then?
I really haven't got a great. Oh yes, I've got a couple of bits. Have I?
Oh, you haven't brought your comedy book of body parts, have you?
I thought I'd turn. I have. I've just turned the heel. I'd not turned the heel, but there's still. I mean, can you tell I'm losing a bit of interest in these? But I will keep going. The heel's turned, and I just.
At least you've started yours. Mine's still in the box. I still haven't done last year's.
I know, but this was the last of the one that should have been finished on the first. It's a good job there wasn't another.
Oh, of course, it's still around the world in 8 socks.
But it just shows when I'd got like a new one coming on the first, how much I made sure I knit them. Yeah. So I've still got quite a bit to knit. But
you'll get there.
I will get there.
You have got a week of like basically doing not a lot.
I know, but that might mean like new cast-ons, not. No, I'll get this finished. I will get these finished. Maybe that'll be my little challenge to myself. Get them finished this week, and then that's it. Then I can, when I get back, I can show you all 8 socks.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, you could put them in a montage on a map.
Oh yes, I could do that.
Challenge accepted. I think you'll all say that challenge was definitely accepted there.
The hesitation was I've not got a map, but I'll do it digitally.
Do it digitally. I like that even better.
Yeah. Yes.
Or have you heard of Amazon? Get yourself a map.
No, I'll do it digitally. So
I've got a map you could borrow. I've got a big world map that's on Grace's wall. You could borrow that just for display purposes only, of course.
Well, I'll just come and pin them all on.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes.
You can borrow that.
So that I will crack on with them. I mean, maybe I'm delaying it because I just enjoy seeing my sparkly bag all the time. But
I've got to say as well, we can't say too much, but we've been playing, haven't we?
yes.
We've been playing. And there
Yes.
may be things appearing shortly, but we have been playing. That's all I'm going to say.
Nigel, I need to write it down. Yeah, Nikki, you can. I was just thinking, how can I do that? I will do it somehow. I will do it somehow and show you. I'll show you around the world in 8 socks, as the collection says.
It'd be like a whistle-stop tour of the world, won't it? In Dominique's living room.
Yeah. And a good test of my geography skills, which we all is not going to be very good.
What you should do is you should have the map of the world at the back and then go, right, I've got the Hong Kong socks, and then we can watch where you put them.
Hong Kong, I would struggle.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
Oh, dear.
Rome, I can get you in Italy, but I wouldn't know where in Italy Rome is. Paris, I can do. London, I can do. New York, Tokyo.
Well, you could find Japan.
Japan, where in Japan?
All right, we'll allow you the country for some places then.
Right.
It's a small map, Dominique, so you might get away with it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, all my socks.
But I think we should do that live. That would be much funnier live. I like, it's much easier laughing at somebody else than laughing at me.
Marjorie's saying she used sequins stuck on a map in the past. That's good, isn't it?
Well, this map I'm going to give you is the scratch map that Grace has got, the world scratch map. So it's all.
Well, then I have got one because I've got one.
I thought I got you the world UK one.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I thought I've not got one because it's UK.
UK. So you can borrow Grace's. It's in a folder. So it's in a folder. It's in a frame. I mean, I've only had 2 sips of this whiskey. I'm getting warm there.
Yes.
You're looking very warm.
I had a bath as soon as I got here and I've not cooled down from the bath and I've put a fire on. But
well, to continue my theme of small knitting, which I think you'll equate that to small knitting.
I know what's coming now.
I have started. I have done some others, but I can't show you them. It might be somebody's birthday soon.
Sue, it's not you. Oh.
So this is, I finally got around to knitting it. Oh my goodness, how cute is this? That's the little Rudolph, and it was 1-ply wool. And that's
out of his tummy.
He's got a little scarf on with a there, can you see now? He's got a little Rudolph in case he forgets who he is.
Oh, that's
and his
brilliant.
little hat. I mean, look, it's nearly as big as me there. I really enjoyed knitting it. And so this is from the Knitting Gift Shop. So it's little Rudolph. There, you get it as a kit, and you get all the wool you need. You get everything you need, even the needles.
And what size is it done on?
I used 2.5 because I used my circulars. I think it's actually done on 225s, but I used 2.5.
Is it done round?
No, you join it. You've got to get his ears through, so it's all flat.
Is it a scarf or a scarf and a jumper?
It's a scarf, just a scarf, dear.
Oh,
A jumper that size.
well, that's what I'm thinking. From the front, it looks like it's a jumper. Right.
So 2.25 needles, but I did it on 2.5 because they provide little wooden ones, but I wanted to use my circular one. I mean, how cute's that? So I have been making other things that I can't show you. They're beautiful. I mean, we've said it before, but the Little Knitting Gift Shop has some gorgeous things, don't they?
I don't think it's the Little Knitting Gift Shop, though. It is
It's just a knitting gift shop. Ian and Tricia, sorry for that.
Yeah.
I was thinking because I was trying to say little things from the knitting gift shop.
Yes.
I got confused there. So cute.
They are beautiful.
And I bought the set that was smaller as well. That's been challenging.
And they had a wreath, didn't they? They had like a wicker wreath that you could, they had so many beautiful things.
Really, really nice.
I just don't have the patience to do tiny. Although now I know it's just a scarf, I might be able to cope with that. I thought it was a jumper.
I've forgotten something else, so I won't be minutes. I knew I had something else to get. Just entertain yourselves. Yes, I am in full pyjamas.
Yeah, so am I. Right. Well, I mean, when I say I've not done a great deal of knitting, I have done some things that I can show you, but I frogged the wristies that I started last week that were enormous, and I cast them back on, but this is all I've got done so far. But I am absolutely loving how that is knitting up.
That looks really nice. Is that the mousetrap or Cluedo?
Cluedo. That's Cluedo. And the ones I did with the noodle soup 4-ply, really nice. I love them, but I just wanted something a bit warmer. So like I showed you last week, I've split it and then I'm knitting with 2 strands.
Nice.
But I'm trying to, you can't, I am really trying to hold it so that the same bits come. So I can see how it knits up. I wanted to see how it knitted up.
Looks really nice.
So yeah, I am loving it, but that is all I've done. I frogged the first one and then I've knit that, but I am loving it. And I wanted a slip stitch pattern, but then I got myself confused. Well, not confused, but you really just can't see it on stocking stitch. It needs to be on garter stitch. So I've just done 2 and then I gave up with that because you can't see it. So they're just going to be plain knit. But
yeah, look, so while you're talking of those, I cast mine on using the Whoville. And of course,
yes,
I did it while I was watching the movie. So I sat and watched The Grinch. So I've done exactly the same ones using Whoville. And it's the tiger speckled. Yes, so that's the pattern there. And these are my gloves. And these were from Felt Fusion, colourway. And you can't really see too much of the black colour is actually the yarn, the speckles in the yarn. So I've made mine. And they're so pretty.
To a 4-ply.
4-ply.
Oh, that was 100 grams. So you've got quite a lot left over as well.
Oh no, it was 50. No, it was 100 grams. Yes. So I'll show you what I'm doing with the rest of it. So really nice and long. So they'll be really nice when I go out walking. Yes. Yeah. When I go out. Zebra yarn. So it's really soft, but it's such an easy pattern, isn't it? Such a nice pattern. So I've got quite a lot. I mean, I've got loads left.
Yeah. I forgot to bring my show notebooks. I'm writing. Oh, did I write it?
And that's what the yarn looks like. So you can see the zebra in it, not the actual zebra. Thought it had been made from actual zebras. No, it's because there's black and white yarn. No animals were hurt in the making of this wool. We would just like to say.
No, it's just because it looks black and white.
It's lovely. And when Dominique called today, she did have a squidge of the wool, and it's so soft, isn't it?
Yeah.
So soft.
Mine, like yours, really long, and I use 45 grams.
Oh, I've hardly used that much. Mine aren't as long as yours, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I had to keep going to make mine get colours on them, but I only 45 grams. So yeah, you'll have loads left.
I decided then I would do a cowl, but I wanted the cowl a bit thicker, and I had some of the black yarn left over from Scooby's yarn.
Yes.
I'm holding it double, and I'm just making a cowl.
Look how it changes the colour. We always say this, don't we? Like Sunday cardigans, if you hold something with another yarn, it just looks so different.
So, I mean, so I'm going to I think I'm going to have enough to make a hat and a cowl.
Are you just making that pattern up?
I am following a pattern, and it is called, let me stand by. Stand by, stand by. The pattern is Waves of Hope Cowl, and it's free. And it's by, have you got your pencil?
I'm writing.
The Waves of Hope Cowl. Where's the person's name? Not on it. It's on Ravelry. But you can't see the pattern. Let's be honest. You can't really see the pattern, even close up, because the yarn's so fussy. So I could have just done it plain. It's that's how it should look.
I'll find it and put the link down.
That's how it should look.
Oh yes.
But it's a free pattern, and she also does a hat to match, free as well. So I'm going to do
that. You need a plain yarn, don't you, for the pattern to stand out? So,
but I'm loving how it's knitting up, like the colours. You can see there. It's just, and Sarah was asking me the other day on Knit and Natter what it's like when you hold two colours together. So this in particular, Sarah, can you see it's more black predominantly? That's because there is quite a bit of black in the other yarn I'm using.
Yeah.
So that's why it's more blocky, which I like. But you can hold, if you hold the yarn with another one that's got the same colour in it, it doesn't show up as much.
Or you do like I've done and get the same yarn, split it in two, find the same point, and then it comes out as it would not held double.
I mean, that's just like doing extra work though, isn't it?
It is, but if you really love the yarn and want to lose it in anything else, there are lots of different ways of holding yarn double and getting different results with it, isn't there?
Because Sarah was asking about mohair. Well, mohair's so fine anyway that it won't make that much of a difference. It just knocks back the colour. Because she was worried about putting it with colours, and I said it doesn't matter, you can put it with any colour. It just knocks it back a little bit, especially white. When I've used white in the past, I mean, look at how I did the mini skeins last year from our advent calendar, and I held that with the cream. It completely knocked the colours back.
Yes.
Look how warm I'm getting from sat by the fire. I mean, it's toasty in here.
My fire will go, and it's just not, you can't see it as well.
It's got some heat. So I'm going to do a hat. So I'm using up, I wanted to use up the rest of that yarn because I love it. I've got quite a bit of the black. I might need another ball of that black from Calf for the hat. I don't know. It depends how much I use up. I've ordered myself a black pom-pom. So I'll have gloves, hat, cowl, all from that one skein of wool from Felt Fusion. And I think I'll probably still have some left. And if I do, I'll have a pair of socks.
Yeah, I bet you won't. But
I think I will. I've got absolutely loads. The cowl's not a mega deep cowl because I don't, you know me, I don't like them. So I think I'm still going to have one of those balls left.
Excellent.
So I shall then be able to incorporate it into a pair of socks. And I'm fancying black because I never knit black socks. I might live to regret it, but
you could, depending how much you've got left, you could do Whoville in the heel toes cuffs and then black socks.
Or I could, who knows? Who knows what I'll do? I'll just make it up and look how red I am. I'm boiling.
Well, I'm quite warm, but you know, I think the whiskey's keeping you warm.
Probably. I'm hoping that the fire's keeping everybody warm. You know, we have done this so that you can all be sat. Oh, yours is twinkling away. I'm just looking. The heating's probably on. My heating's probably on.
I can hear it.
Oh, it is. My heating's on. My heating's set at 21 degrees. I mean, that just needs knocking down just ever so slightly, I think, to 18 degrees.
Right. Oh.
What else have you got to show us, Dominique?
I've got one other bit of knitting. Oops. Oh, I'm in a slight tangle.
Oh no.
Yoke.
Stitch. That's
No,
so good.
that's a lie. Not yoke, but pattern finish.
Oh, that's really nice.
So that is what I've been doing most of my knitting on.
That's really nice.
Because
Again,
I was
the colours are lovely, aren't they?
absolutely determined to get to the end of that.
Hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky. Hi, Daisy. Yeah, I was absolutely determined to get to the end of the chart, and I've just finished. So I've not even done a plain round yet.
Yeah.
But that's taken some. I mean, it shouldn't take a lot of concentrating, but you just have to be on it all the way around. You can't just switch off. So now, once I work out, I just need to reverse engineer the pattern to know where I'm splitting.
Yeah.
And then I can just crack on. Then it is just knitting. Yeah. So I've only not quite used a full ball of the pomegranate, and that is the second. I'm on to the second of
Charcoal?
slate.
Grey?
No.
Dark
Yeah.
grey? Dark grey. What's the shade number? What's the shade number on the ball?
Shade is 611. Did I write it down? But yeah, so I'm on to the. Oh no, I've just written shade 611. I'm on to the knitting now.
Good.
I'm not lost my mojo, but I don't know. I maybe just want to play with other things.
I know, that's a problem, isn't it? But you do need to get cracked on.
I do need to get cracked. I think it's because this week, this is nearly the only thing I've knit on to get to the end of the pattern. So maybe I might just sit here one day and think, right, well, let's just start knitting. We'll see.
But you can always do a bit and then do some sleeve and then do a bit of the body. And
yeah, exactly. I'll be fine. I think maybe this week will just be do other things and then I can get back to it. So it's now I can do it knit and natter because I couldn't do it knit and natter.
Admit, I've had a week of like looking at projects that I needed to get started and finished, and that's what I've done. I've tried to get as much done. And then all I have got is jumpers. I've got quite a few jumpers on the go. I
mean, this is brilliant when your project bag matches the colours of your project.
Perfect. For anybody who doesn't know, they are Rick Rack room bags. But so I've got quite a bit of jumper knitting to do. But for those people who are knitting that on Monday, you'll be pleased to know I was panicking because I bought some wool from Kath at the last retreat and I couldn't find it. And I was more worried because it had the rest of the cream in it for the Sunday cardigan that's now a jumper. And I was getting to the knit and I was thinking, I have no idea. I searched everywhere. And then I had a brainwave and thought, did I put it under the bed? When I converted the craft room back into a bedroom, I thought, I'll just check. Guess what? That's where it was. So I was relieved. And all the other stuff, that we've been looking for from the retreat, and you kept saying you wrote such and such down.
You found it.
I found it. It's there. It's all safe. I mean, honestly, I am so red. This is ridiculous.
Good evening, Marion. Marion's missed what you showed first. I think you need to show Marion.
Oh, Marion, this is your fault. It's a hench Scooby in his little jumper. Dominique thinks the tail looks the best, although his tail was always more.
Well, no, I think he looks fab, but his tail is absolutely Scooby.
He looks more like Scooby on his profile than he does on his.
It's fab, but yeah, I've just seen that Marion had joined, so
there you go, Marion. That's your fault, me starting on those little cotton rabbit things. And thank you for the tip of the wool using Wensleydale wool. It definitely made a difference. So yes, I did say she had till Valentine's Day. You are quite right, Victoria. She has got till Valentine's Day, but
Yeah.
Things.
It's what I do, and it's what I've done with the Around the World in 8 socks. I've kind of like head down, just knit to get to the next deadline, and then I've not bored myself with them, but just
Dominique needs it. You like it. You've got to get it finished by this day.
Challenge, yeah.
Where if you said it to me, I'd just go, Daisy, close your eyes. I just go.
Yeah.
I just think, no, I'll do it when I want to do it. Thank you very much. Go away.
Yeah.
So it's a good job we're all different.
So, and I'd set myself the challenge of getting it done this week. So,
yeah.
I'll be knitting on it. Well, however many stitches I get knit at the retreat, I'll be knitting on it there. But this week is going to be a week of new things, I think.
Exactly, knit what you want. So, like I said, I was trying to get things finished. So I finally.
Oh, I saw that.
Finished the moo cow. This was a kit from Corinne LaPierre that I bought when I went to Falmouth. So that was September. And I hadn't got round to it. And when I received the advent calendar, I thought, I really need to get the one finished. So I literally sat in bed. I think it took me about half an hour. So it wasn't a long. So you get everything in the kit, the thread, the needle, the pattern. So you have to cut it out. I did a little bit more sewing. I sewed more around his nose and round his horns.
Do you get stuffing as well?
You get stuffing, you get everything, the little ribbon. But I think what I'm going to do is put a little bit of holly on it for Christmas and maybe hang it on the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
But he's very cute. I did start thinking maybe I could make myself a black and white one. But then, I got over that in like about 10 seconds after I thought about it.
That is really nice. It would look really nice, like you've got your pumpkins. It would look really nice as a little garland.
Oh, now you're talking. Now we need some more felt then.
Yeah.
That would be a good idea. A cow. Although that's going to be Santa Claus's. That's going to be Wensleydale Longwool Sheep Shop Santa Claus's. If they don't go up in flames. I mean, the heat that fire kicks off is ridiculous. Normally, I wouldn't have it on while I'm on. I can feel it from here. It is literally, I feel like I'm getting sunburned down one side of my face.
Mine is, I was saying to Marie, what I should have done was took everything, leave your fire to go. But I don't think it was completely dry because it's not roaring, but it's still going.
I could give him a nose ring, but I don't want to. He's handsome enough. Fergus, yeah. I've called him. He is Fergus. Fergus. I've got to say, normally when this fire's on in full pelt, I'm normally in the corner over there, away from the fire, so I'm not in midline of it. Anyway.
Hi, Jane. I think it's wet everywhere, Jane. It is here.
I can see the bushes here are really blowing about. It's a bit grotty. I can put that away. I may just have to disappear in a minute and just check that tea has got enough liquid on it.
What else have you got? I've only got one other thing, and it's not knitting.
I've only got one other thing as well.
Oh.
But while I'm thinking, before it goes completely out of my brain, it's gone. I mean, this is ridiculous. Again, we need to say, don't we? We're on episode 99. So don't forget, last week, Dominique and I said that there's competition running because next week is our 100th episode. Can you believe it? 100. Don't forget that when this episode goes back onto YouTube, not the live, please comment what your favourite moment of our YouTube series has been. We had loads of really nice comments on the last one, and it was really fun.
If you're struggling to think of any, go back to episode 98 and read some of the comments down, because I've forgotten some of them as well.
Some of them it was funny listening to them. So if you want to enter, we're giving away loads of different things next week because it's our 100th episode. There'll be lots of different things, woolly gifts, different things that we're going to give away, and we're going to be generous. Why not? You've supported us through thick and thin, to be fair, and this last 2 years has been pretty horrendous, so thank you. It's our way of saying thank you.
Nearly Christmas, so
Nearly Christmas. We do appreciate that you have stuck with us, and especially doing the lives. It's we've enjoyed doing it, but it's obviously brought a lot of people a great amount of pleasure.
It's just nice. doing the live, so we can,
yes,
we know we're all sat there. We know we're sat there with a drink, and everyone's in the same position. So it is really nice. But yeah, some of the we'll go through some of them next week. But some of the memories just made me giggle because I've forgotten quite a lot of them. So
if you are new to us, there are 100. From next week, there will be 100 episodes for you to watch.
To go back and start from the beginning.
And we started doing them live. Previous to that, we used to record them. And
we were in the same room.
We were in the same room, sat next to each other. But since March of 2020, we have done this. We've gone live and we've done it nearly every week. We've maybe missed a couple, not many.
I think we've probably missed 5.
Not many, have we? We've done most weeks. And the other week we did one on a Saturday, so I think we have realised that we can mix them up a little bit.
Yeah.
And depending on how popular the later ones are, you know, we might drop the odd later one in every couple of months or something, you know, when we feel like it.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Do around too much because you always know we're going to be there, but every once in a while, then it gives other people the opportunity to join us live as well. And
we know that you all talk to us.
Oh,
we're jabbering away. We know you all shout at us. We can't hear you, but we do love having all the comments on because it does feel like we're all just sat here having a knit and natter.
Yes.
So thank you so much. So don't forget, you need to comment to join the to be involved in the giveaway because we'll draw it live next week.
Yeah.
And we will be back to the normal time next week at 3 o'clock.
And Nikki's saying she's nearly finished watching all of the Bakery Bears from the beginning and then she's going to start ours. Probably a month ago, discovered Stitched by Mrs. D. And I've just done the same. I've gone back and in fact, I kept up with it through Vlogtober, but then I've gone back to the beginning and I'm now caught up. It is just so nice when you find a new one and there's lots of them that you can go and catch up on. So, yeah, I mean, what else are you watching? Because I've just been Stitched by Mrs. D. So
let us know what else we can share with other people of what you're watching.
Yeah.
I know that somebody recommended, was it the Welsh Tenor the other day?
The Welsh Tenor?
Yes. And he'd done, I've only really looked at the one he did of Yarndale, but somebody was recommending him as well. So have a look.
That's a new one. That is a new one. I know Caroline and Lisa watch, is it Blog 365? It's got 365 and it's got blogging somewhere, I'm sure.
Yes.
And I went and found that one and I watched because he's doing the shawlography. Right. And I really, he's in Wales, in Cardiff.
That's the same person. That's what he's known as, the Welsh Tenor on Instagram. So it's the same person.
Well, it's the same. His YouTube is, Lisa or Caroline will tell us, it's 365 blog or I found him. So I thought, oh, what a brilliant, I'm going to go back and...
Yes.
Well, he was in Cardiff because they were going to the theatre and they were in Cardiff, so... Dawn's Days. I've heard someone else say about Dawn's Days. Oh, and I do love Amsterdam. Well, I like Holland. Dawn's Days. Thank you.
Although, bless them, they've just gone into another lockdown, haven't they? So they will be wanting to watch lots of different things.
Knit 365, not Blog 365. I knew it was, I found him.
Thanks, Lisa.
I did find him, but I can't remember.
Both there. I was talking one thing. I knew he was Welsh Tenor on Instagram because I went and had a look at his
I'd not heard him spoken about by Welsh Tenor. I watched Last Homely House East of the Sea. That's a new one.
We'll have to have a look at these.
Needles at the ready, thank you. I'm having to write these down because it's easier. Oh, it was you, Nikki, was it? Well, after you'd said it, Nikki, I went and
had a look.
Yeah.
And just a quickie, I know we hate doing this, but if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, we would really appreciate it. And then you never miss an episode because it pops up and tells you it's there. Oh, look, she's studious, you see, writing it all down so she can do all the
Yeah.
links for you.
Oh, yeah, Mandy Joanne. I mean, Paula she's honestly, I keep thinking, right, I need to stop now. And just when she's brought James in over Christmas or to do the taste testing the hot cross buns, I was just absolutely laughing out loud. So,
well, I've had a fairly productive week this week. I've been packaging everybody's detectives boxes. So everybody who's coming to the retreat, I'll be sending this out in an email for those that aren't watching. We are bringing them all nicely packaged to the retreat. So you will get them at the retreat, which is, how long away is it, Dominique?
2 weeks on Sunday.
2 weeks on Sunday. So you will receive your boxes 2 weeks on Sunday in your room. And everybody else, it will be being posted out in a week's, just over a week's time. You'll receive the emails. I'll let you know when it's going out, but they're all ready to go anyway. They're all packaged, ready to go. Victoria, yours will be on your way.
Yeah, Sarah, I was just going to say that because Marjorie's saying she's right.
Good idea, yeah.
I'll do a list of everyone that anyone's mentioned. I'll put a list down.
Hang on a minute. Could you just check tea and make sure it's okay?
Yeah, Lisa, I'm with you. I don't know if it was Caroline that mentioned Gemma Espray Designs, but that's another one. It's just nice to.
Yeah.
So I will go back and I'll pick out all the ones everyone's mentioned and I'll list them below.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. And maybe as well we could create a file and I'll put it in our Wool is the Answer Knit and Natter on Facebook.
Right.
So anybody who hasn't joined that wants to join it, it's the Knit and Natter group where we share patterns. You know, you can talk about any wool. We've always said this, you know, we're not pretentious. You can use whatever wool, show us what you're knitting in, whatever, share patterns, share wool ideas. Pardon?
Share recipes.
Share anything you like. Nothing indecent, of course.
No, unless it's nudie knits, and then sometimes that's a bit.
So, if you haven't joined our Facebook Knit and Natter, it's Wool is the Answer, Knit and Natter. You have to be approved. So if you want to join that as well, just click on that link on Facebook. And we do share lots of things on there. And we could put a file in there. That's a really good idea. As well as putting it on the podcast, we could put it on the.
I'll do the links. Put them on the bottom of the podcast, and then you can.
I'll sort all that out.
And from there, and put them in a document on.
The only other thing that I've needed to get on with, like I said, I've been going through my basket and looking at things that I haven't even started or got finished. Ducky Darlings, we got this at No, where did we get it? Did we get it at Yarndale? Yes, it was at Yarndale. I finally split mine. Mine's finally split and it's on my needles, ready to go. So I've done that today, ready to crack on. So these are the sock tube. So out of the big sock tube, we've both got a pair of socks, haven't we?
Yeah.
So sock tube, you'll get two pairs of socks.
And they're both really long.
Yeah.
I mean, mine are long. What are you putting with yours then? Because I put the mustard with mine.
I'm going pink.
Oh no, I did. Well, I did. I put mustard on the apple, didn't I?
Yes, you did coordinated. So I'm going pink. So that's what I plan on trying to get this weekend, and then they're done. Then I can get rid of them and they're finished. And I'm just because I've counted. It's 72 stitches, isn't it?
Yes.
I normally knit my socks on 64s. So they're going to be a little bit bigger, slouchy socks.
They are going to be bigger, and they are, because I do mine on, well, anything from 58 to 64.
58? Oh, God.
Yeah. Some of them knitting expat ones I've had to do on.
Oh, no. Mine are all 64s. I always do, for me anyway, I always do a 64.
I think they are done on 2 mil.
Yeah, I think it is small, but they are a lot wider. So
yes. Yeah, they are definitely, but
no, not yet. It just wants to go on a tray anyway. You can put it on a tray. Just sorting out me evening meal here. You just come in from the pub.
Yeah, mine are slightly wider, but they don't. I think I did the ribs maybe a bit longer to suck them in a bit more round the leg, but they don't feel like they're dropping off.
I mean, with my cankles, I'll have plenty of room. So Marjorie, yes, that pink is actually from a bakery box yonks ago, and it's on the high twist.
Yes,
that we don't do now, and it was that colour is actually pale scarlet. So that's what I'm putting with it.
Sarah's saying she's insanely offered to add cuffs, heels and toaster tubes for socks for the West Mids ambulance service. Once you get going, Sarah, once you've got the stitches picked up, you whiz them away. And
yeah, if you do it properly like Dominique, you pick the stitches up. If you like Marie, you get your little pair of scissors, and I just hacked it in half, and then
regardless, top, bottom, toe, or anything, the finished bit is getting your needles.
Yes, yeah, you get them on your needles, and then decide. I'm going to do the fish lips kiss heel on mine,
because they're done. I think done on 2 mils. And I knit on 2.5s. I just really struggled getting the stitch on a needle. Once they were on, you're away. So
Sarah, have a look on YouTube, because there's absolutely loads of tutorials on how to deal with sock tubes.
Yes,
but I think for the value, I think they're really good value.
I think they're brilliant value and quick.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably eat. I mean, we're saying you're getting 2 pairs of socks. That's if you use the full thing. I mean, you could, if you were challenged, you could cut it into small sections. You'd probably get 3 pairs out of one.
Oh, easily get 3 pairs.
Yeah.
I think you'd
maybe
even get 4 pairs of shorties.
Because you look at, I mean, you get a pair of wristies out of them. So that's the wristies I've knit.
Yeah.
You know, you get a nice present, and the majority of the knitting's done. So yeah. So I noticed as well that Ducky Darlings had a sale. She was offering them at some of her sock blanks are on sale at the minute as well. So maybe have a look on the website.
Sock tubes.
Yes, the sock tubes. Yeah. So they're. I did resist. I might have a look, because they are good, you know, for Christmas presents, aren't they?
That was the Peony colourway.
Yes, Sarah, you will need to put your glasses on, because it is tiny picking stitches.
Yeah.
But I'm just a rebel, and I just cut them, so.
But you still got to pick them up.
You still got to pick them up, but I find it easier doing it that way than picking them up while it's still solid.
Yeah.
Each to their own, you know, everybody, you find your right way, don't you? So that's the only other thing I want to try and get dealt with this weekend. Then I've got my other socks to finish off my Williams Rainbow.
Yes.
So if I could get both of those done this weekend, I'd be very happy. And then all I've got is jumpers and jumpers and jumpers and another jumper to cast on.
Have you done your heels on your Williams Rainbow?
Did I not show you that last week? I thought I did.
You did, but I can't remember if you'd got to the heels.
Marie's Strictly Glitter Balls. And inside Marie's Strictly Glitter Balls is Jo Pickle Lily's To Keep My Wool in Order. Yes, I've gone past my heels.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you'll get them finished then, won't you?
Yeah, they'll not take long at all. Yeah. So I've done my heels in the red.
Yeah.
I need to get both of those. If I get both of those socks cast off by the end of this weekend, I'll be very happy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm planning on doing. And then I know all I've got to concentrate on is a bit of the cowl knitting, which is cracking on fairly well. And then jumper knitting. Although Grace has given me a list of things she would like knitting for Christmas. Another one of those big chunky cardigans.
Oh, yes.
And some other bits and pieces she keeps sending. A glittery balls bag. Yes, they are amazing. They were from Wendy's Crochet Creations. You'll put the link on, won't you?
Yes.
And I just asked her to do a special. I know that after we'd shown them, she's done quite a few of them, hasn't she?
Yes, she has. Yeah.
So if you get in touch with her, she can make you those, because they are fab.
I'll put a link to her.
Yeah. And the glittery bucket one that I got for the yarn, that's from Jo Pickle Lily. And you've got the gold one, haven't you?
No.
Oh no, you didn't. You got the gold double-pointed needle last year, didn't you?
I got the gold double-pointed needle last year, and I've got the
black one this year.
Black ones this year. But yeah, I don't have a yarn ball because it comes from the middle, so it doesn't run away anywhere.
Yeah.
So the last thing I'd got is not knitting.
I think it's Marjorie's Christmas swimsuit.
I've gone back to, if any of you remember.
Oh my life.
Because the weather's turned, I've gone back to my blanket. I've not crocheted on this for months and months. I mean, that was like 3 times the size of that.
Oh, of course, that was the ball that you did, didn't it? And joined everything together. I'd forgotten about that.
So I've done.
Just because it's cold there, you thought you'd bring your blanket?
From the stitch marker.
Oh, is that a Christmas stitch marker?
Yes.
Good. Perfect.
Oh man, I've turned the corner. I mean,
wow. You need to stand up and move further away. Don't stand on anything. It's not.
I'm not standing on anything.
Further back. We still can't sit. Further back.
I mean,
don't trip over anything. In fact, stand in front of the television. Go further back. Further back. Further back. Keep going.
Do all my stitches because the yarn is on the table.
Right, now you can show us. Oh, yes. That is, and like you said, it's not fully stretched out, is it?
Oh, it is. It is so big. I'm not, but getting there. So it is definitely wide enough. And I've started decreasing on that side. So this is going to be the width of it.
Marjorie's asking, is it going to be a square? Yes, it is, isn't it?
No, it's going to be a rectangle.
Oh, is it? Oh, Lord, you've gone even more.
So that is going to be...
I'm just laughing at your pyjamas. Oh, dear, because I'm thinking it could be an oh, dear moment.
That's going to be the short end.
Right.
And then I'm going to keep going. It's going to go on the foot of my bed, I've decided. So I'm playing football with the yarn on the floor.
Oh dear is exactly what it should be. I'm just melting here. Never mind menopausal hot sweats. I've gone past them, thank God, but I think I'm just internally combusted. I'm probably just going to explode in a minute.
Dear, oh dear. I mean, I've just had this by my bed, so I've been knitting in an evening. Oh, it takes so long to go across a row.
I'm sure this isn't what an iPad's designed for, but you know, it works well.
We were saying about holding things double. I've really angled. I'm just doing it with like a silver, and it really does.
So just show it again, Sarah, if you're looking, look how much it's knocked back the colour, look how bright the wool is and how much it knocks it back when you hold it double. I mean, you wouldn't think it was, you would, I mean, some of those colours are really vibrant, aren't they?
It's like a fluorescent yellow.
And it just knocks them back. I think it...
That pink is our neon pink.
If you've got some yarn that you just think, I'm never ever going to use it because it's too bright, just add some cream with it and it completely changes it.
It really does. I mean, I'm not quite got there, but that's going to be
Marjorie. It's 4-ply that you're holding double, isn't it?
Yeah. So I just all my scraps of anything less, well, just anything that I've got left over that's small from about.
I mean, I'm laughing there. Just show what you're knitting from on the other side.
That
you're using a cone of yarn.
And then anything that's about, if it's less than a metre, I probably won't bother. Well, maybe less than 50 centimetres, I wouldn't put it in. But anything other than that, I put in. and I just sit and knit and make a magic knot ball. And then last night, because I've really cracked, well, I say really cracked on, I took that.
Oh my Lord, that yarn bath. You see, if I get yarn bath like that, guess where mine goes?
Well, it's not, I just tipped it out of the jar. It wasn't knotted, but there was a lot of it.
Yeah.
I made that.
You see, that's really good. I should really give all my scraps to Dominique because I am terrible for like just snipping them off when they get in the tangle. They go in the bin.
I mean, look at the size of it.
I know, that is amazing. And I tell you what, Dominique, it would make a really nice jumper. Do you know what I mean? If you just wanted like a slouchy jumper, the colours, just any colours random, putting the cream with it would make a really nice jumper.
This one was about that size.
It was.
Not long ago.
Just be careful balancing your balls there, won't you?
It's a snowman. So this is, I mean, I always knew this was going to be long term, and it is, but I am now, I'm not getting wider. I'm keeping the same, and then once it's, as long as I want it for the bed, then I can.
So when Dominique's bored one day, I am going to give her all of my scraps of yarn and just say to her, just make me a ball, because I have got no patience for doing that, like zero. I would rather chuck it in.
It took me 2 hours last night. I don't think for 1 minute anyone else will watch it, but I watch No More Jockeys on YouTube, and they did a live show last night that you had to pay to watch. I think it was £5, and I thought, oh, I'm going to do that, and I sat and watched that for the 2 hours they were on last night. But when you,
I'll pay you to do mine. I'll pay you to do mine. I'll pay you to watch something.
you have to be in the mood. You just have to be in the mood to sit there. But yeah, when I emptied my jar, which was about the size of that,
yeah,
you think, well, there's not much there, and then all of a sudden, it's really big. So that's why I've not done loads of knitting, because I've gone to bed early and just sat for an hour or whatever crocheting. So
really
yeah,
nice.
It's like I've just strangled myself, but you know.
Just you be careful, you're on your own there, miles away. Oh, perfect. I've just got visions of you now, sitting on your park bench when you're in your 80s, wrapped up in your blanket.
There you go.
On the prom at Scarborough, you'll be happy, won't you?
But you could make yourself a shawl, make it a lot smaller, but you could just
make a poncho out of it, Dominique.
I'm going to keep going with my blanket. I don't like waste. I like using all my little bits, and it'll keep me warm in the winter.
Good.
So, but yeah, fortunately I've got one more comb left. That's suddenly disappearing as well. So, as I was packing, I thought, oh, should I put my second cone in? And then I thought, no, I'm not going to use that much.
But I do like the fact that you're thinking about it.
So that's it. That's all I've got.
Well, I've got nothing else to show. I've set my tasks that I want those socks doing. You set your task for everything else to get done of casting. I'm intrigued to know how many cast-ons. I'm going for that you will cast on 3 new projects this week.
Well, it's going to be all or nothing, isn't it? I'm either going to think, no, I need to get on with that jumper, and that's all I'm going to knit on, or
I'm going for 3.
I'm going to do like I did when I went away in the very end of August, when I got all my wool out and did my little shop when I was away last time, and did new projects. That's what I might do. So I might just plan. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's here.
Good.
It depends what the weather's like. I've got 2 jigsaws as well. Plenty of wool.
What jigsaws have you brought to do?
Say that again.
Which jigsaws have you brought to do?
I brought a Wars jig, and I thought I'd got the Scarborough one, but I've not. I've got Keswick. So I've not brought that. I'm going to save that for the next time I go to the Lake
Have
District.
you got quite a few of those jigography ones now then?
I've bought the Lincoln one, and I thought I'd bought the Scarborough one, but I didn't have
Keswick.
Lincoln and Keswick. And it was a toss, but I was umming and ahhing all the time.
I wondered if you got the Scarborough one for being in Scarborough. I did wonder.
I thought I had, but I'd obviously bought them such a long time ago. Then when I went to get it today, I was like, oh,
I'm in the wrong place.
Keswick. And I will go to the lakes without doubt, so I'm just going to wait.
Victoria, you've just nuzzled into my brain because I was just about to say I have been listening to it on Audible, and I was listening to it while I was packaging all the orders. I was howling with laughter listening to it because, like I said before, I enjoyed the book, the first book, The Thursday Murder Club, but I really enjoyed listening to it. The person who does the audio version of it is really funny. And I think the way it's written as well, it is a conversation that people are having. I was literally howling listening to it. So, yes, I am thoroughly enjoying it. And
mine is ordered to read, but I've not got it yet.
It's very funny, but I do think a lot of it as well is listening to it. So are you enjoying it, Victoria? Have you started reading it or listening to it? I recommended it the other day to one of our knitting ladies, Hazel. But it's just, I can't wait for the movie to come out now. I know that they haven't even cast it yet, have they? But yes, very funny. I've really enjoyed listening to it.
I was just trying to find something because I've finished all my Whitstable Pearl books. So I thought, right, I'm going to go and watch them. I've been really disappointed.
Well, I was going to say that you recommended to me, didn't you, to watch it?
No, I recommended the books.
Yeah, but then I thought I'll watch it.
Yes. Well,
yeah, it's a bit. I was expecting it to be a little bit comedic. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the books are much, much lighter. The books are much more Agatha Raisin.
Yes, that's what I was expecting, and it isn't, is it?
It's a bit too dark.
Yeah, it's a bit
dark. It's just there's only 2 of them. Only 2 of the 6 are books. The other 4 are not from stories from the books. Not that matters. I appreciate that, but they feel, and that's probably because I've read the book and there's so much more in the book. But they feel like it should be a 2-hour episode.
Yes, it was very. I found it a bit dry, if I'm honest.
It just felt like they just jumped from one thing to the next, and you're like, well, you've not. How have you got there?
It was a bit too serious. I was wanting something very light-hearted. But I've got to say, how have I never known about Acorn TV?
Oh, I mean, I've always known about it, but
how have I never known? I mean, honestly, I have now today while I've been sat knitting. I thought I'd seen quite a lot of the Aurora Tea Garden mysteries. Oh no, I haven't. I've been sat watching them back to back like some lunatic.
Oh, I've seen them all. I mean, there's 14 of them now. Oh. But
and then there's loads of different mysteries on there. I'm like, how have I never found this? I've never even heard of Acorn TV. So thanks for that, Dominique.
But yeah, it was. I don't know. I just expected it to be as I suppose that's probably the first thing I've ever read and then watched.
Yeah.
I've never read a book and watched the same film or anything, and it's just.
So have you got all the books then?
I've read all of the books.
I might borrow them off you then, because I'm not going to watch anymore. Because although they were quite good, it's not what I was after. I was after something that was just like, just go over your head and you just listen to. And
I think I've got 2 of the books. All the others were from the library, but the ones I've got you can read, you can borrow.
You need to watch on Acorn TV as well, the Martha Vineyard mysteries. I mean, they were just like,
How have you not? I've watched all of them.
So now I've had to subscribe to Acorn TV. I mean, this is what you've done to me. I've cancelled my Hallmark because everything's better on there. All I was watching Hallmark for was the movies.
But they are Hallmark ones as well. But they're just on Acorn.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Whitstable Pearl. I watched the first one and then thought, well, I'm not even signing, because the first one you didn't have to sign up for
yeah.
And I thought, I'm not even going to, and I thought, no, I will give it a chance. I've watched all 6, but they didn't grip me. But that's what just reminded me, because Linda recommended the Madame Blanche mysteries.
Oh, I'd already been watching them. They were funny.
With Sally Lindsay.
Very funny. I'd been watching them. They were, again, that's easy over your head watching.
And I saw her interviewed on Sunday Brunch, and I still didn't put two and two together to go and look. Thank you, Linda, for saying that.
I'd already been watching them. I watched it because it popped up, obviously, because I watched that much naff mystery things. It popped up on the thing, and I watched it. So I really enjoyed that. And I also enjoyed the new Dalgleish, which I never watched Channel 5. Which that's on Channel 5 as well, isn't it? The Madame Blanche.
The Madame Blanche mysteries on Channel 5.
Yeah. And I watched Dalgleish, and it's funny because I'd just read Shroud for a Nightingale and the PD James one, and that's what it was. And I really enjoyed that as well. So that was quite a good read. More serious, do you know what I mean? But dare I say it, I enjoyed this Dalgleish more than the old Dalgleishes.
I'm not any of them, so
yeah.
You say Dalgleish to me, and I say Kenny. So
I think on that note,
well, it is
Marjorie. Check out Acorn TV on Amazon Prime,
and it is 2 minutes to kick off, so we need to be wrapping up.
I'm glad you're enjoying the book, Victoria. Right, don't forget, next week is our 100th episode. Yes. I'm getting bunged up now because the heat is so much in here. There will be lots of fun, frolic and free gifts thrown about.
Back to 3 o'clock. Yes. I'll do a list of all the podcasts you've recommended. And if you think of any others, just put them on below on the uploaded, and I'll put them all together.
Have a wonderful week, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed tonight.
Stay warm, stay dry.
Stay warm, stay dry. Dominique, enjoy the rest of your holiday.